Hey everyone, my name is Amber, and in today's video, or this video, I am going to talk about steps I took to prepare for the NCLEX exam and some tips that might be helpful for you guys who are preparing for the exam. I know you are stressed and anxious and not so sure about what you're gonna make and if you're gonna pass or not, but believe me, take some deep breaths, prepare, take the right steps, and you'll be fine. I took the, I don't do this, but I delayed my exams 3 times. And the last time, the third time, before the exam, I was in Miami for like a whole week before I took the exam. Now, I'm not trying to say that it was an easy exam or like I'm so smart that I did it just like that. I'm telling you that it's not an impossible exam. You guys can do it. Everyone can do it. If you made it into nursing school, you can definitely finish strong and get your license. So don't fret. You got it. Okay, so one of the websites that I used, which was totally free, was Nurselabs, and with Nurselabs you have NCLEX style practice questions that you can freely do and read the rationales for. So with the rationales, it's super important that you read them because some information can be asked in questions differently, but if you know the topic and you know the answer to that and the explanation to what it is, the reason why it's that answer, then no matter how they flip-flop the question or how they ask you, at the end of the day, you're gonna know what the topic is. So one of the most important topic for the NCLEX for me was nursing prioritization and delegation. So with this website, you can find NCLEX quiz questions, like some of them, each set is like 25 questions. I think it's super helpful because it trains your mind to like answer a bunch of questions, because when you sit for the NCLEX, it's just you sitting there for a long period of time, and sometimes you do get anxious and a bit annoyed. So just train yourself before that time comes. One super useful thing I did before the exam was to listen to Klimek. He was a literal angel sent from above. I think if I didn't have him and his information, I would have been all over the place studying, not knowing what the heck I needed to know. So with him, I was able to go on Spotify and download his lectures. I don't know if this is, if I'm supposed to tell anybody this, but so there's a playlist of his lectures. You can find it on Spotify. As you can see, I've downloaded and watched them all for when I went to Miami. So I went en route and back. I listened to all of the audios. I think altogether, I think I played all the audios 3 times, and that's how it stuck. Like the information he gave me stuck to me. Aside from like just listening, I took notes on them too. So if anybody needs notes, you can always reach out to me with my email and stuff. So that's that. Some of the topics he talked about was prioritization, delegation, OB, maternity, psych drugs, labs, such as sodium and potassium, what they do and what the normal values are. And he'll tell you like easy ways to remember them. There's also endocrine, psych drugs, diabetes, one of the important ones on the NCLEX. Canes, crutches, and walkers, how to use them. We think we know how to use walkers, but sometimes these are the easy questions that can easily trip us up on the exam. And the goal is it's not good if we missed the easy questions. As Mark Klimek said, as you get to the harder question, that's how you know you're doing good. So try not to get the easy ones wrong. So definitely go over simple things you kind of learned as a CNA, which can be helpful. Not all, but like I said, canes and crutches. We definitely learned that as a CNA. There's also pharmacology regarding cardiology. There's alcohol, and then there's acid-base principles. Like I said, he was probably 70% the reason why I passed the exam in 75 questions. And that's it for him. Let me see if I can find him online. If there's like a lesson, lecture, book or something that he provides. Oh, there is. He has a website called Klimek Reviews. He has review dates and online tutoring, all that good stuff. So check him out, guys. Okay, so the third resource I used to prepare for the exam was Uworld. So Uworld is basically a quiz bank type thing where they have over 2,000 questions that you can study for and do as you go. So for me, how I did it was each day I would do 75 questions in the morning and then 75 questions in the afternoon. So by the time I finished the whole quiz bank, I would get a certain percentage, like an estimate of how much of the questions I got right. So with that, like even if you finish it, you can always go back and do it again as long as it's not over the time period that you paid for. So I think I paid for the 90-day access one. So I think I bought it like at the beginning of May and then ended around July-ish. And I took the exam in around some early August because I kept delaying it, which was totally my fault. But I did have to renew it I did renew the Uworld quiz banks after my time was up. So with what I bought, it was $199. And it consisted of 2,000 plus questions, and it had 2 self-assessments. I think the first assessment I did, I had a 48% on. I felt super discouraged. I felt like I was a bit dumb because when I was comparing it with my friends, they would have like 50s and above. But at the end, the second assessment that I took, I made a 50 to 55% on. And it said that I had a borderline passing, which was probably like half failing and half passing. So I was super discouraged, and I felt that I did a lot of questions, and even after that I was like, I'm not going to, kill myself over this because I did the best that I could, and this is all I can do. So borderline, it's okay, whatever. If I don't pass, I'll do it again. It's fine, And so crazy thing is, when I went and took the test, I was able to do 75 questions under 2 hours. It's crazy because it told me that, I was borderline passing, and I passed it in 75 questions, which is what the least amount of questions you can take for passing. So I was super ecstatic. I felt super blessed. Like, it's crazy how I did that, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. It was all God. He helped me along the way. So with Uworld, I think that it's harder than the actual NCLEX questions. So definitely, I think getting a 50% and above on the quiz bank is good enough. But you know, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel comfortable with. So if you're aiming for a 70, I'm thinking if you make a 70 on that quiz bank, you probably don't even need to worry about not passing, because you definitely will. It was definitely harder than the actual exam, in my opinion. So in conclusion, with any resources that you may use for this exam, I recommend that you read your rationales and do your questions repetitively. Do take notes if that's what makes it helpful for you. And like I said, I stress that you read the rationales, because no matter how many questions you do, if you don't understand the reason behind why answers are that answer and why they're not, then doing so much questions and not understanding why is not going to be too helpful. So, like I said, just read your rationales and train your brain to do as many questions as you can, because that's gonna lessen your anxiety when you do sit down for the licensure exam. Also, I think that's all I got. So good luck to everybody. Don't be too anxious. Take it one step at a time. Read your questions. Take deep breaths, because you got what, 4 hours, 6 hours? I forgot, but like a lot of people can finish under the allotted time, so you have time. Just take your time. And good luck to everybody. I hope you guys work in the field that you choose, whether it's cardiac or pediatrics. I think it's all exciting. So good luck. And thank you for watching. I hope that you guys got something out of this video. I couldn't show you guys like the physical books that I use, because I actually gave it to one of my co-worker's daughter that's gonna be taking the exam soon. I hope she passes, because I really need those books back. All right, see you guys.